The exploration of internal struggle, particularly through the lens of religion, serves as a poignant theme in the poetry of George Herbert, Fulk Greville, and John Donne. This presentation will analyze how these poets articulate their internal conflicts, their relationships with God, and the resolutions they seek. George Herbert was a Welsh poet and Anglican priest who wrote during the 17th century. He is best known for his religious poetry, which often expresses deep faith and personal struggles with spirituality. His most famous collection, The Temple, features poems that use everyday language but explore complex ideas about God and devotion. Herbert's poems are unique for their creative forms and use of imagery, such as comparing the soul to a temple. His work invites readers to reflect on their own faith and relationship with God, making him a key figure in metaphysical poetry. Fulk Greville was an English poet, playwright, and politician who lived during the same period as Herbert and Donne. Although he is well known, his poetry contributes significantly to the metaphysical tradition. Greville often writes about themes like love, death, and identity, blending personal feelings with broader philosophical questions. His work, such as Calica, reflects on the nature of existence and the human experience. Greville's thoughts, approach, and elegant language embody to the metaphysical style, making his poetry valuable, even if it is not widely read as that of the contemporaries. John Donne is one of the most celebrated poets of the metaphysical movement. He is known for his passion and intellectual poetry that explores love, mortality, and spirituality. Donne's works often feature extended metaphors or conceits that create surprising connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. For example, in his poem The Sun Rising, he compares lovers to the sun, claiming they are more powerful. His famous poem Death Be Not Proud confronts the idea of death, arguing that it should not be feared. Donne's innovative style and deep emotional resonance have made him a lasting influence on poetry. The metaphysical poetry movement emerged in the early 1600s and is characterized by its focus on complex themes, clever wordplay, and deep exploration of the human experience. Herbert, Greville, and Donne are significant figures because they blend personal feelings with profound questions about love, faith, and existence. Their poetry challenges readers to think deeply about these topics and has inspired many poets in the years since. The unique style and intellect approach of these poets have solidified their place in literature. Each poet has their own relationship with God. George Herbert has a deep and complex relationship with God. He often sees himself as a humble servant who feels unworthy of God's love. This struggle creates a strong desire for a closer connection to the divine. Fulk Greville views his relationship with God thoughtfully and philosophically. He explores the connection between divine justice and human weakness, reflecting on how people in a relation to a higher power. John Donne has a passionate and often tumultuous relationship with God, marked by longing, fear, and the desire for connection. Each one has a different theme and paradox of poetry also. Herbert explores the quest for divine acceptance amidst personal shortcomings, highlighting the universal human experience of seeking forgiveness. Greville delves into the tension between free will and predestination, illustrating the individual's desire for autonomy against the backdrop of divine sovereignty. I don't know how to say these words. Sovereignty. I don't know how to say it. Donne examines the interplay of love and fear and the pursuit of a relationship with God, emphasizing the complexity of a spiritual desire. The resolutions in the poetry, Herbert finds solace in accepting God's mercy, illustrating that true spiritual fulfillment comes from surrendering to and trusting in divine love. Fulk Greville, in a similar vein, acceptance of human limitations and his embrace of divine will suggest that peace can be achieved by relinquishing control to a higher power. Donne's acknowledgement of his personal failings leads to a transformative connection with God, indicating that embracing vulnerability can pave the way to deeper spiritual intimacy. In conclusion, the theme of internal struggle provides a profound exploration of relationship between humanity, and the divine, illuminating the personal journeys of the poets as they seek understanding and acceptance. The works of Herbert, Greville, and Donne continue to resonate today, capturing the timeless essence of the human experience, navigating doubt, seeking redemption, and striving for a meaningful connection with the divine.